Now we have unlimited time here.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Forever. We
hope
could
you're
talk
not
forever.
tired. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for coming back to our regular Toastmasters podcast. We are Valley Stars, where leaders are made, and this time around, I have right across from me, all the way from California, our beautiful Vice President of Membership, and this is Rachel Garcia. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And because of the time difference, I know now in California it's midnight, but you stay up for me. And I'm really extremely grateful because I've only met you over Zoom. I would love to know a little bit about your story and most importantly about your development as a speaker. As I've seen you grow, you have your own legacy, and you are enrolled in several clubs. You're very active, and we're really happy that you're by our side. You're amazing at social media. But let's start with this. What is Toastmasters for you?
I wasn't that much of a networker in the sense of when I was in my younger years. I have been coming into my own and learning and trying to develop my own character. As you just met my daughter, she's 26, and
Yes.
my son, my Becca, and my son is 21. He'll be 22 on October 22nd. So I have been on a little journey myself, trying to figure out what to do with my life in this sense. I have always been of service to others. I've worked in a restaurant, kind of came into the restaurant business very early in life. My first job was at McDonald's, and I ended up staying with a family who owned restaurants, Maria's Italian Kitchen. I always post about them. I've always been doing for others. Adam was building his business, the Alfanos were building the restaurants. So I've always been in a space where people are learning and growing and doing different, things to enhance their lives, to better your life. So my daughter's in here. So when
Well, it will be great if she can pop up just for a second and tell us what mom you are.
Oh,
Is she a good mom? Tell us, please, please,
She's
please.
the best.
you got
Wait,
that
no,
out.
she's amazing, and I love this is my best friend
Yeah.
forever.
If you were
But
to describe your mom to a person, to someone that doesn't know her, with three adjectives, three words, what would they be?
I have lots of
For
words.
sure, loving. That has to be the first. Respectful, helpful. I don't know. I just feel like anytime I'm in distress or anything, she's always going to be there for me and never, no
Wow.
judgment, no anything. I can just tell her what
Reliable.
I need and she'll be there for me. She's very helpful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for
I could
joining us.
describe her in way more, but those are my three, I think.
I'm sure you'll have more occasions for that. Thank you so much. Back to our interview. That was lovely. So, your daughter just described you as loving, respectful, and she said helpful, but I think it was reliable, a person you can count on in any circumstances. What do you think your three words are for yourself? How would you describe
Here's my
yourself?
superpower.
Yes, your superpowers. Yes.
My superpower. My superpower. I think I make people comfortable. Toastmasters has helped me to stop saying the word and to have a pause.
Woo! Yes, I confirm.
Yes. And to slow down my speech without getting, so excited, because I definitely was overzealous in my words at times. Toastmasters itself, just the concept and the pathways, and really the people, the awareness of our actions and people's perception of us. It's helped me a lot with that.
So the first superpower you have is acceptance, and probably this is what helps you being of service to others.
Love all, serve all. And I've just noticed, the theme of restaurants, of course, because we're there to serve others and to, you know, basically share our food, and enjoy together. So that is, I really am service oriented in this little journey that I've been on. I have done a lot of careers. We did real estate. I'm an insurance broker. I'm a notary. I mean, I literally can do
Oh.
all kinds of things. I was really into, for 10 years, just learning. I was like, well, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I had the opportunity to do different things. So I just started figuring things out. And it's the silliest thing, and you're going to laugh at me. It doesn't really it makes okay money. But the thing that I really have the most fun doing is Instacart, going to go get groceries for people. It's like this service that they have here in Los Angeles or
I don't know about it. It's the first time I'm hearing it.
so you basically, it's kind of like the Uber and Lyfts,
Oh.
you have the app. So somebody goes on the app and they order food from a grocery store. So it could be, fruits, vegetables, bandages, whatever they would buy in a grocery store. And when I was little, you're gonna laugh. I used to watch this thing called Supermarket Sweep on TV. It was like on Channel 9. It was like some off game show, right? But they had a little timer, and I'm always around food, and I love cooking, and I went to chef school. I've done a lot of really fun things. So this stupid little job that I do, I say it's like my little hobby that I have so much, like, it literally gets me up in the morning. I look at my app, and there's an order for, I mean, it could be like $15. I'm like, oh, I'm up and out and ready to go, and I put my little cap on. But it's just when I'm in the stores and around the people, somebody, oh God, oh, I don't know where that's at. When you're at the store and there's people are frustrated, and there's, people in a good mood and a bad mood, or just, oh, I need to run in and I'm in a hurry, and you let somebody pass. All these little opportunities throughout the day of being of service to somebody, letting somebody go ahead of you. Somebody's looking for something, and you're like, hey, are you looking for something? And they're like, God, I know that this, and I usually know where it's at because I've been in all the stores.
Doing the VPPR job is adding with social media for our club.
Yes. And it's just going around and speaking to people and helping. And yeah. So my other superpower, I guess, it really is helping people. But I've realized that I can't help people. I have to listen to see what they need or what they want. That has been a really big lesson for me, because as I was learning, I was sharing information, and I had one person in general that apparently just didn't like how I was. I was like, oh. Yeah, it was very interesting, and I still can't figure it out. I still don't know what it was that I don't know. It's funny.
Is that a personal moment, or now at the Instacart?
That was like a personal moment, not with the Instacart. It was more in my daily life. That's what my daily living is, for your family legacy. That is my brand, My Daily Living. Because when about probably 7 years ago, when I was trying to search and figure out what I want, I was an insurance broker. I just had gotten my license, and I started doing Instacart. So through all this searching, I've been doing this little Instacart thing, which is just shopping for people, going, and I make good money doing it too, because you get tips. And I've noticed a little pattern of that I like is anything that has a tip job, I'm all for it, because I end up getting really tips.
Yeah, it looks like something I would enjoy, or maybe
Yeah.
I could start up over here.
Oh my God, good. Actually, there's an app that you might even be able to do. A friend was telling me about it. They're out in Palm Springs, but they were starting their own little type deal in their area. A little network itself, so like you have 15 friends that all need shopping, different times. Oh, I'm going to go on this day. I'm going to go on that day. You actually do something like that and, work out some type of a little
Mm.
app system.
If,
Yeah.
that's great insight. And even though we have a lot of stores around here, maybe it's something I could look for older people or
Always
whoever
need
knows.
help. Older people that, handicapped, they just can't go out. And some
Yes,
people, like, even, they're home with the babies. It's a lot of,
yes,
you know,
yes.
they
Hustle.
just can't get out. Yeah, and they can't get out. The husband's working. It's yeah, a lot of different things. And you could see what they're buying. It's cute. It's like, oh, you got to like I'll do more early morning ones and you could tell that they're getting ready the kids to get to school. They got the eggs and the cheese and like the bagels. You're like, "Oh, I better hurry up because these kids got to get to school, probably
But do
get
they
out."
say we want this from this store and then we want that from the other store, and you go around the
You could go to two different stores, but normally it's just one
oh,
store. Yeah, just
the
one.
shopping, it's a shopping list,
Yeah,
and
to
they
basically shop
say
it,
this
and
is
there's
the
a little
brand
timer.
that we take. And
Yes. So,
oh,
and if you say you wanted American cheese, or but they only had Kraft American cheese, but they only had Swiss cheese Kraft. Now, you're not going to get the Swiss cheese because they also want American cheese. So you would get another American cheese to say, "Hey, would you like this instead of that?" But a lot of people, or at least I have heard, people they will just get because it said Kraft and it says Swiss and it's right next to it, and they didn't have the American. They'll throw the Swiss in there. You're like, they didn't want Swiss cheese; they want American
yeah.
cheese.
Wow. And I think that you like it also because you get a sense of helping out the society
Yeah,
and being in line and in tune with your mission. Your daily living actually plants you firmly on the here and now, on every moment. And I know we share passion for reading, and you like also Napoleon Hill.
love Napoleon Hill. Yes.
And there he has books about the laws of success, and one of the law is doing more than being paid for.
Oh yes.
And this
I
is
actually.
also, I can share, I have acquired, or I have this habit, and I think it pays back heaps in every other way.
I tell, and that was this one person that I was talking about. It was the weirdest thing because I would say to them, there was like a lot of lack in their thought. And I was like, I go, but you understand it, like, don't worry about those 10 people that you're not getting business from. I go, because the universe is seeing what you're doing and the effort you're putting towards. I go, isn't that weird? You'll get a phone call, from somebody else that you didn't even think about. Oh, yeah, it happens all the time. I go, because you're putting the effort here. I go, you're putting the effort out. That is the whole key
Yes,
to
making
success.
even a small step, and then the Holy Spirit or whatever,
Get mad
it's
at me.
bigger than us, aids
I was
us in the
mad.
next 90%.
And
As
that's
long as
my
we make a move. So many people just get stuck in their head. And the biggest problem is that they're afraid to cross the line and to just step out of the comfort zone and try the new thing. I give singing lessons in the last 3 years. And this is one of the things that I noticed. We just stop ourselves because we want to be perfect.
yeah. And there's
And
not
this
perfect.
desire for perfection is actually chipping away and taking our time until I wake up at the age of 30 with a kid and I say, okay, there is no more second chance and I'm not getting younger. I may as well try and sing. And then,
See?
oh, there is, listen, do you hear this?
Yeah, what is that? Upstairs?
No, this is the sound system of the city, and they're gonna be testing, I think, the
Oh, wow.
sirens.
Oh, I remember that when they used to do that here with the earthquakes. They would have like the
Yeah,
whole.
maybe we will have in a little bit, and then we can have like a small break. They usually make the testing within 1 minute,
Oh, it's going to be a big loud
probably.
blare. Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, until they start, tell me the third quality that you possess and that you have identified as your super quality,
My
superpower.
My superpower, I think my third one is the ability to speak. Fear, not having fear. I have released the fear because I've put myself in different situations and I've realized like, oh, I'm still here. Like things have hurt me and I've felt, all the emotions and the hurt and, but I look around and I'm like, I'm still here. I'm okay. I could breathe. I'm like, everything is fine. As long as I could breathe and I can stand up, and even when I hurt my arm, I thought, what a blessing. I could have smashed my whole face and had a brain concussion because I had a slip and fall and it went.
Oh.
And my daughter, the first thing she said to me, she saw I was very hurt. And she goes, oh my God, Mom. She goes, you went forward? I said, yeah. I go, I have been doing Osteo Strong. You ever Tony Robbins? He's got this, it's the bone density to see how strong your bones are. So it measures the density of your bones and your strength. So I had just done a test on my bones and my bones were really super strong. Like he was like, wow, your bones are really extremely strong. So as I was slipping and falling, what went through my head was, you're really strong. Your bones are strong. You're okay. Like, boom. And I went, I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move. I was like, oh my God. But in my mind, I go, no, you're okay. You're okay. Get up, do your thing. I actually had to scream at the guy, can you please help me? But all those different things brought me the fear. The fear's definitely there. And I make myself go when I don't want to do something. And sometimes I give myself the permission to say, you know what? I am going to be scared today and I don't want to go. I just don't feel like dealing with it. But then I give myself, I have to give myself like a task to, like, so I won't do that again. Do you know what I mean? I'm really trying to overcome that feeling, that stop, because I actually could feel now when my body doesn't want to do something. And I'm like, wow, okay, why don't you want to do that? I ask myself, like, why are you stopping? Why did you stop yourself? Sometimes it's just like usually the old reel that something had happened. And it's good that I realize now, because before those old reels would just play and I didn't realize that they were old reels and I would stop me. That's what Bob Proctor too, the paradigm shift, all that fun stuff. My friend Craig, Cultivating Lasting Symphony, we talk about this type of thing. I just love this topic, how to overcome yourself, to get out of your way. That's a big one.
So would it be right to say that the first thing you do is just get back to focus back on your breath and realize that you're okay? And then what do you do next to be more brave and step forward?
I just usually get up and go and do it. Like the speeches, I'm not a big planner. So if I have a speech or something to do the whole week, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? But the best ideas, it's like the pressure. Oh, I got to do something tomorrow. Oh, it just comes out. Like I could just, and I know I would do a better job if I would do it 3 days before and then read it again and then practice more. But there's something about that I'm trying to overcome, that basically sometimes I'll just keep thinking about it. Like, oh, I have to do this. I have to file, my bills from last week and they're just sitting there. It's that same type of stopping that I don't understand why. It's just I don't want to do it, And those are the times when we're supposed to make ourselves just keep going. and I'm aware of it, and I still don't do it 100%. I don't think anybody does, but as long as we're aware that those actions, when you feel that pull, that stop, okay, what did I do? Writing is a lot. My journal, I would my little journal, like right here, close.
And what
And
do you have a specific time you write in, or do you do it in the morning, in the evening, or?
you know, I do a lot of things all day, so I'm writing notes. I want to get more into doing it in the morning, but in the morning I seem to well, now my morning routine, it's changed in a couple of ways, but now my morning routine is kind of for about 45 minutes. I wake up around, like, I'm awake around 5 o'clock. So I kind of just like lay there and ask for what's my purpose today, and kind of meditate and, say, God, whatever my purpose is today, lead me to that and help guide me to what I'm supposed to be doing today. Because I really don't have a big plan, but my plan is to have freedom. So my plan is freedom, and I'm achieving that. Do you know what I mean? Freedom on a daily basis of being able to kind of just do what I want. And I've had that freedom since I was about 36. I had the ability to know that I don't have to really be anywhere or do anything. And like we're saying, abundance, it flows as long as we're doing the right things. The money and the things that we need flow and come to us without much. There's always work. I can't say, oh no, I'm just sitting here. No, there's definitely work. Mental work, daily work. It's my daily living. That's what I do.
But have you heard of the square quadrant, the 4 quadrants? When I'm not sure if it's Maslow who coined it, but some big mind where you have 4 corners. In one corner, you can describe all the qualities and jobs you love to do. Then underneath it, I have it somewhere over here. I cannot minimize. Okay. Then you can write underneath the things that you are good at, but you wouldn't stay all day doing it. Like you're just good at it. Then in the next one, you put things that you'd rather pay someone else to do, tedious jobs. And then the last one is things you hate to do. And all your life, you try to go towards the things you love to do.
Yes.
And get paid that way. And instead of doing the things you hate to do, just hire someone, pay, and focus on the ones you love. And that's when that's when I experience freedom.
Yeah.
And I'm in my heart, and I'm in my life's mission.
So yeah, I like that.
Tell me more. I have 2 questions that pop up in my mind. Then you can choose which one to answer, since we talk about legacy. What would you like to be your legacy? What is either the saying that you want, the affirmation that you want people to remember you with, or what do you want to leave behind you?
What is my legacy? Well, my children obviously have been my guiding and my force. After their father passed away, I just realized I actually gave them too much, I think. I'm like gonna cry now. Because it's funny, life gives you so many lessons to learn and overcome. And I realized when I was younger, I always got and received, like, I feel that my life was very blessed. There was a lot of things. If I told you both sides of my story, I could tell you a really fascinating, beautiful side, and I could also tell you like the other side, the ones that nobody talks about. Um, and they're both like, wow, they're both like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, it's a great movie. And I was actually thinking about going, my life, I I believe that I have been talking about the legacy, and it's really been a big thing because when their dad passed away, like I said, there's good and bad in everybody. And I chose to always highlight the great things that he was, and what that person he was to me, what I loved about him to my children. And my kids are absolutely amazing. I look at both of them and I'm just so proud. My son is everything that Adam could have been and should have been. Um, yeah, he's just such a light. And my daughter, she's just got his spunk, just the tenacity. And it's just so enlightening and so fulfilling to see them being such great people. And so when I talk about my legacy, I want to keep what he gave us, and I've already paid back what he gave us in the sense, and now it's ours, to maintain. So that has been my legacy, is to maintain just the spirit of who he was. And with my kids, and they're they're beautiful. I just look at them and I just go, my God, you're just like your father. I love you guys so much. And like, you know, we reciprocate each other in that sense. So that my legacy is my kids.
How long ago did he pass away?
And it was he passed away June 10th, 2006. So I think we're going on 17 years. 17. My
Hmm.
kids, my 4, yeah. And it was such a big loss. And I did date after. I dated a gentleman for like 2 years after he passed away, and it just didn't work out. And even that even helped me realize, like, when you have something that you love, just love it how you want to love it. I never let anybody tell me anything about him, in the sense of, I knew our relationship. I knew who we were together. I knew how
How
just
long
every
did you date for?
for 15 years. We were best
Mm.
friends for 7.5
Oh,
years. And then I actually was moving to Oregon. Because I worked at Maria's, and I was in the corporate office, and I got hired as a computer technician in 1996. It would have been
wow.
a great career. Like, I could tell you so many things that, wow, you didn't do that? No, I didn't do that. I did it for 6 months. It was great, but I found out I was pregnant,
Mm.
and I ended up with my beautiful daughter, and I came home to California instead of staying in Oregon. And yeah, it was just one of those decisions. You're like, what do you mean? I mean, you think about it. Wow, 1990, that was the beginning of everything. And I was like, yeah, it was. And I was right in there. I was with a startup company, like POS systems, and I was up in the rafters, doing the hookups. And yeah, I've done a lot of different things. But yeah, just building a legacy. And I have friends who don't have children, or don't have, they're like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I look at them and I said, well, it's not about the kids. I mean, for me, it is about my kids. I go, but my legacy is who I am and who I represent, the people that are in my life. And like, I've had so many gifted, wonderful people share their wisdom with me. How could I not, how could I not reciprocate that, and show others, to be a good person? That's
Mm. Mm. I
Right?
think this is it. I
Right?
know for us women, it's very important, motherhood, and I can see and tell if you are given second chance, you will every time choose becoming a mother than being this career, um, super successful billionaire, let's say, because motherhood is a gift, but besides the children, you want to leave a legacy as a good person. And I read somewhere that the power and the I will talk about vibration again.
I love that energy. Yes.
The power of a positive person takes out the power of 70,000 negative people or people in fear. I don't think that people are necessarily bad or born bad. They are
No, no, I really don't think they are at
responding
all.
to circumstances, and most of the times they're afraid.
Yes. Most of, yeah.
Thank you for being so vulnerable and open. And rarely do I see strong people like you who are willing to be so sincere and share their life story and go continue despite the tears, acknowledge the tears and keep going. For me, this was unthinkable until very recently. And I know it's a skill that people work on, and it takes big courage
Yeah.
to do it and be human and own your feelings at the moment. So thank you.
Yeah.
Do you
Really
believe
are.
in miracles?
Oh my God. I could tell you every day. I'm like, oh yes, miracles happen every day. I mean, us just waking up is a miracle. If we don't, it's not a given. So,
What is the thing that Rachel is looking for at the moment now?
you know, that's a really good question because, I want to say I want a partner that gets me and that loves me as much as I love them. The return, I want that because I've felt the love but everybody has their things and some people we all have our little broken pieces. So sometimes we just can't do that whole thing, So yeah, I want the whole thing. When somebody tells me I have a mansion for you to move into and your kids could stay at their home, then we're talking. And not even a mansion. A mansion could be like a beautiful beach house or someplace beautiful in the woods that it's just a one bedroom and it's just beautiful and it's ours. The mansion in our mind doesn't have to be a mansion in somebody else's mind.
I wish with all my heart that you meet this person soon and you can create your own heaven, your own small, beautiful heaven.
I believe on heaven on earth, don't you?
Oh, baby, do you know that's where? Oh, heaven is a place on earth. You know this song?
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Okay, last question, maybe. You went away for a little bit and then you returned. What,
Mhm.
how do you feel now that you're back? What are your personal goals? What do you see for Valley Stars in the upcoming year?
I really didn't want to leave last year. I just really had a lot going on. And being the VP of education, it's a very huge job. I think two people really should do it, two or three people, because
Mm-hmm.
or we need to train each other better to sign up on the agenda and fun things like that. But I just felt overwhelmed. And I was at the time just in a yes mode, saying yes to everything. I just wanted to learn and I was like, yes, yes, yes. So I literally had too many things on my plate. I was like, oh, this is too much. This is too much. And I was overwhelmed. So coming back,
But you just joined? And then you were appointed and you were you
Yeah.
turned into a VP. I think
Yeah.
this position should be for somebody on their second year, maybe once they served. It was the pandemic and the attendance was going down and it was hard. And I think the hardest part about the VPA is having, especially in the hard times, people to sign up for the roles, and you being so um dependable, and you wanting to have everything set properly. You felt overwhelmed with having the spots blank and not getting the cooperation of the members. But I believe nobody was doing it for you, or like now for me. They just don't do it because they have other priorities and they need reminders, just like with social media. Probably a lot of people would love to be part of our club, would love to improve their speaking skills in a safe environment like Valley Stars, would love to experiment, but they don't even know we exist or when we meet. And we need to remind them 3, 4, 5, 6 times until they say, oh, well, I'm free at this time, 7:30 in the morning, Friday. Yeah, I can do it. Meet new
Yes.
people that are radiating light and that are thinking about other than their food and
Yes.
what to put on the table. Yeah, I can do that. But then that takes a lot. And I
Yeah.
believe the first 2, 3 months was the hardest. And if you had how many other, oh, the women's club, you had other
Yeah,
things
I was a
going on, two
yeah.
children on your own. I can understand. But
I just
I've missed you and I'm glad that you're back. Do
I'm
you
very
feel that we're all happy to have you?
yeah, I actually feel very comfortable. I felt right back at home when I was in the Zoom. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have left. Like that it was kind of more like a melancholy, like, oh, I'm kind of glad that I gave it a little break to realize how much I really like loved it and missed it. I really missed the Instagram. I was like, my Instagram page. I was
You're
building my
so good at it. After this podcast, we're closing and then you will teach me a few tricks because you're amazing at it.
Oh,
And
thank you. I love it.
um so we are extremely honored to have you back and grateful that you bring in your light and your love and your service, and 100%. What is so magnetic to you about the Valley Stars Club?
Well, I like the area where we're meeting actually. And just really the people. It was Suzanne. When me and Suzanne first met, she was the first person well, it was actually Artie.
Oh,
I met at the chamber, the West Hills
oh,
Chamber. The B&I group was part of the chamber for a little bit. So
oh.
I went to a couple meetings, met Artie, saw Steve, and Artie said, we have a Valley Stars Toastmaster meeting and it's this Friday. And I was like, Toastmasters? I go, wait, I've heard of Toastmasters. Oh my God, that would be so fun. I go, wait, can I come? And she was like, yeah. And she texted me in the thing. I was like, oh my God, that is so great. So just the idea of speaking, it was something that I wanted to do. Everything that happens to me now, it's something that I prayed for. And I was literally praying for somebody to come and join together and help other people. Valley Stars Toastmasters was a way for me to improve my speaking because I was very scared to get on social media and do a live or to talk. And
At Valley Stars, even though we are so different, we're not that different. And we're not there by accident. And I think we share so much in common. And even the vision. I don't know many clubs that would choose a president from Bulgaria, from California. This takes a really big vision, acceptance, um, commitment and higher vision of unity on earth, despite colors, despite boundaries. We are crossing everything because we can. And this is the biggest advantage that Valley Stars has, that we believe that anything is possible.
I definitely believe that. Everybody, I thought it was the best because who was it? Bijwa was he was from India at first. So everybody, if you notice, everybody in our club besides me speaks at least 2 or 3 languages. And that also attracted me because I love language. And unfortunately, I haven't taken the time to learn yet. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I haven't taken the time to do that yet. But yeah, I
Do
just
you
thought
want to learn Bulgarian?
hey, why not? Yes. Every situation, I'm not going to call it a problem, but every situation that happens, as long as you're not looking at it as a problem, just a situation, you could have a solution for it. That's kind of like what my message is about building your legacy. It's things are going to happen to you every day. It's just inevitable. I mean, you could just things happen. But if you instead of looking at like, oh, I mean, you've met those people and you can't say a word otherwise, and my dog died, somebody hit me in the face, it's just like boom, 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 and you're like, oh wow, like, well, that's a lot of stuff that's going on. Oh, my life is just horrible, da da da, and they're just going on and on and on, and you're thinking, well, gosh, your energy is just drawing it towards you more and more and more. You take yourself with you is basically the analogy.
Whatever we focus on, we
yeah,
come
where
home.
focus goes. Yes.
Anything you want to share as a closing of the podcast?
Such a great group. Everybody is we're a little bit quirky and we kind of take our little time to get started, but we're getting better. My quote is from Robin Sharma. He did the 5 a.m. club. It's a book, how to wake up at 5 a.m. and morning routine, it's what explains a morning routine. But he says, with better awareness, you will see better choices. With better daily choices, you will see better daily results. So the choices you make and the things that you see will be what you have on a daily basis. So your family legacy is my daily living, because I want to see if I can help you.
Thank you so much for being here. Is it really 1:50 in the morning your time?
It is.
Wow. Thank you for being with me and taking this time and sharing your wisdom.